There is a sacred rhythm in this universe, an invisible code that governs the movement of wealth. Those who understand it walk in quiet power. Those who ignore it chase coins that slip through their fingers. Today, I will lift the veil. The hidden money code is not a secret locked in banks or written in ledgers. It is written in consciousness, in the quiet chambers of the mind. The first principle of the hidden money code is this: money begins in the invisible before it appears in the visible. Every dollar that ever came to you was first attracted by your vibration, your belief, your expectation. The poor man prays for money while holding the vibration of lack. The rich man gives thanks for the wealth already his in the unseen realm, and so the universe rushes to prove him right. You must learn to live from the end. Act as though your wealth already exists. When you rise each morning, speak to your prosperity as a living companion. I see you, I bless you, I welcome you into my life. The universe responds to conviction, not complaint. The second law of this code is the vibration of value. Money is energy, and energy follows value. Rich people do not ask, how can I get more? They ask, how can I become more? Every time you grow, improve, learn, or serve, your value expands, and so does your income. The moment you shift from chasing to creating, you step into the frequency where money lives. Next comes the power of invisible agreements. Wealthy people live by unspoken vows to honor time, to keep promises, to move in integrity even when no one watches. The universe rewards the soul that can be trusted. Each honest act writes a signature in the cosmic book of prosperity. Understand this: money responds to certainty. It does not follow the fearful or the doubtful. The universe cannot multiply confusion. When you decide that you are destined for abundance, not hoping, not wishing, but deciding, you align yourself with the frequency of wealth itself. You do not wait to see before believing. You believe until seeing. Then comes the circle of giving and receiving. The miser breaks the flow by holding too tightly, but the wise one gives with joy. Money is like blood, it must circulate to bring life. When you give from a heart of faith, you open invisible channels through which abundance returns multiplied. Say often, every dollar I give returns to me tenfold, enriched and blessed. Watch your words, for the language of prosperity is sacred. Never speak of being broke, never complain about bills, never say I can't afford it. These are incantations of lack. Instead, affirm, I am open to new streams of income. I am guided to opportunities that enrich me and others. Speak abundance into your reality until the walls echo with wealth. Now, learn the secret of detachment. To attract money, you must not worship it. Desire backed by desperation repels. Desire backed by faith attracts. Release the how and the when. Keep your vision strong but your heart free. Money is not your master, it is your servant. The moment you stop needing it to prove your worth, it will rush in to serve your purpose. Look into the mirror of your life and you will see the truth of the mirror principle. If your outer world is cluttered, fearful, or chaotic, it is only reflecting your inner beliefs. Clean the temple within, forgive debts, release resentment, bless those who prosper. As your inner world shines, the outer must align. And when fear whispers, it's impossible, remember, faith is the master key. Faith walks through closed doors. Faith declares wealth in the midst of emptiness. Faith is the bridge between the unseen and the seen. The rich are not fearless, they simply choose faith more often. Finally, understand the greatest secret of all the infinite source code. Money does not come from people, employers, or clients. These are channels, not sources. Your source is infinite, inexhaustible, ever flowing. When one door closes, 10 more open. The more you acknowledge the infinite as your provider, the more channels appear. Say within yourself, the source of all wealth flows through me now. I am rich in mind, body, and spirit. A beloved soul, the hidden money code is no mystery. It has been whispering to you all along. Believe before you see, give before you receive, and love before you earn. When your inner world vibrates with gratitude, purpose, and certainty, money becomes the easiest thing to attract. You are not here to struggle. You are not born to chase survival. You are designed to manifest abundance, to live as a vessel of prosperity, blessing others with your overflow. Begin now. Speak wealth. Feel wealth, live wealth, and the universe, in perfect obedience to your vibration, will pour it into your hands. The code is no longer hidden. It lives in you. Activate it and watch the miracles multiply. The law of inner wealth is the sacred foundation upon which every empire of prosperity is built. It is not a lesson found in textbooks, nor a formula whispered in corporate boardrooms. It is a truth that lives within the quiet corners of the human mind. A truth that declares money does not begin in your wall. It begins in your thoughts. The richest people on earth are not those with the most coins, but those who have mastered the art of thinking richly before a single coin ever appears in their hand. They understand that wealth is a state of being, a vibration, of knowing that abundance is already theirs even before the evidence shows up in the material world. The universe mirrors the mind. Whatever image you hold with faith and feeling will sooner or later take shape in your outer experience. Every wealthy person has walked through the invisible gate of belief before stepping into the visible garden of riches. They have learned to treat money not as a chase, but as a dance, a graceful movement of energy responding to consciousness. They know that to think poor thoughts while seeking riches is like planting weeds and expecting roses. Every thought is a seed, and the mind is the soil. If the seed is fear and doubt, then the harvest will be lack and limitation. But if the seed is gratitude and expectation, the harvest must be abundance. The mind cannot hold two masters at once. Either it believes in scarcity or it believes in supply, and the law of inner wealth demands that you choose one. The moment you truly decide that abundance is your natural state, every force in creation begins to align with that truth. There are those who look at their empty bank account and say, "I am broke," but the wise one looks at the same account and says, "My riches are on their way." This is not delusion, it is divine foresight. It is faith wrapped in action. It is seeing beyond appearances into the world of cause, because every visible result begins as an invisible vibration. You cannot receive wealth from a consciousness that denies it. The law of inner wealth is therefore not about effort but alignment. It is about coming into harmony with the frequency of prosperity. You do not chase the thing, you attract it by becoming equal to it in vibration. Wealthy people have trained their minds to dwell only on what they desire, never on what they fear. They understand that worry is wasted creation, a misuse of imagination, while faith is imagination used rightly. They speak to their money as if it were alive, because it is alive. Money is energy. It feels your respect or your resentment, and it responds accordingly. The man who curses money pushes it away with every angry word, while the man who blesses money calls it home with every grateful thought. To master the law of inner wealth, you must learn the language of gratitude. Thank every dollar that passes through your hands. Bless every opportunity, no matter how small, for what you bless expands. This law also teaches that abundance is not the result of what you get, but of what you give. The inner wealthy man gives attention, love, and excellence to everything he touches. He does not cut corners or operate in haste, because he knows the universe mirrors quality. What you send out returns multiplied. When you pour your best into your work becomes a magnet for reward. When you serve with joy, money becomes the echo of your effort, not the goal of it. Money follows joy, it follows value, it follows inner peace and purpose. The poor man believes he must labor endlessly to earn his worth, while the man of inner wealth knows he was worthy before he ever began to work. He does not toil for approval or security. He works from inspiration, not desperation, because he understands that true security does not come from savings accounts or possessions, but from consciousness, a consciousness that says, "I am provided for, I am guided, I am rich in all forms when you live in this awareness. Life rearranges itself in your favor. Doors open without struggle. People appear with opportunities at the exact moment you need them. And miracles seem ordinary. Every challenge becomes a test of belief. The universe will often present you with moments that appear as lack, but these are only mirrors asking what vibration you choose. Will you respond with fear or with faith? When the bills arrive, will you complain or bless the money that allows you to pay them? When the business slows, will you panic or will you affirm the law of supply still operates perfectly through me? The wealthy know that these tests are invitations to rise higher in consciousness, to strengthen the muscle of faith, because prosperity is not achieved through perfect conditions. It is achieved through a perfect mindset. To live the law of inner wealth, you must detach your emotions from appearances, because appearances are only temporary snapshots of your past thinking. The moment you change your thought, your future begins to shift. You are not bound by yesterday's balance sheet or last month's mistakes. The universe has no memory except the vibration you hold right now. So if you wish to rewrite your financial story, start by rewriting your inner dialogue. Speak as if you are already wealthy. Act as if you are already successful. Think as if every door is already open, because energetically they are. Your vibration will always precede your manifestation. Money is not a prize to be won. It is a reflection of energy to be managed. When you manage your inner energy with faith, gratitude, and clarity, you automatically manage money well. The law of inner wealth operates in harmony with your emotions. When you love what you do, when you are grateful for what you have, when you bless what you give and receive, you become a vessel through which abundance flows easily and continuously. The moment you stop worrying about how it will come, the universe finds faster ways to bring it to you. The more relaxed you are about money, the more magnetic you become. Remember that money itself is neutral. It has no moral weight. It simply amplifies what already exists in you. If you are fearful, it multiplies fear. If you are generous, it multiplies generosity. If you are wise, it multiplies wisdom. So the journey is not toward money, but toward mastery of self. The more you understand yourself, your emotions, your intentions, the more the universe entrusts you with wealth, because money follows responsibility. The inner wealthy soul never says, "I want more money." He says, "I want to become the kind of person money can trust." And when that transformation is complete, money cannot help but follow the final truth of the law of inner wealth is this: abundance is your birthright, not a privilege you must earn. The universe does not ration prosperity. It is limitless and ever-flowing like sunlight. The only limitation is the window of your own belief. Open it wide, allow the light of faith to pour in. Know that you are already rich in ideas, in talents, in divine favor. And when you walk with that knowing, the outer evidence must obey. This is the law, unbreakable and eternal as gravity. When you master your inner world, the outer world becomes your servant. Wealth begins where belief begins, and it never ends where gratitude lives. The vibration of value is one of the most powerful and unspoken secrets in the universe, because it reveals the truth that money is not a chase, but a consequence. Money flows not to those who desperately need it, but to those who radiate it through the vibration of value. Every rich person understands that money is energy. It moves in response to worth and alignment, not effort and exhaustion. They do not ask, "How can I get more money?" They ask, "How can I become more valuable?" They build their lives around contribution, service, and excellence, because they know that value is magnetic. It pulls abundance from every direction without struggle or strain. The vibration of value is not about pretending to be important. It is about truly becoming a vessel of something meaningful, something that uplifts, enriches, or solves a problem for others. The more value you create, the more universe must respond with return. This is why the rich rarely chase purpose that others can feel. When they walk into a room, their confidence and clarity send a silent signal saying, "I am worth investing in, I am worth trusting, I am worth paying for." People sense that vibration even without words, and money naturally gravitates toward them. This is the unseen current of wealth that cannot be faked. You cannot imitate vibration. You must become it. You must live it until your entire being hums. At the frequency of abundance, the poor and struggling often make the mistake of chasing money directly. They work harder, run faster, and still find themselves tired and unfulfilled because they are focused on the shadow, not the source. Money is the shadow, value is the light. If you chase the shadow, it always moves away, but when you walk in your light, the shadow follows effortlessly. You become magnetic when you focus on expansion, when you develop your skills, refine your craft, and raise the quality of what you give to the world. You lift your vibration automatically, and money becomes a natural echo of your growth. Rich people think differently. They understand that the market is never saturated for those who stand out through authenticity and value. They do not fear competition, because they know no one can duplicate energy. Anyone can copy your product, but no one can copy your vibration. And when your vibration is rooted in confidence, generosity, and excellence, the universe reserves a special space for you, where your wealth can flow without obstruction. This is why you must not try to imitate another person's success. Their vibration belongs to them, and yours must come from your own truth. Find what lights your spirit on fire and pour your soul into it, because passion fused with purpose creates a vibration that commands prosperity. The vibration of value also requires self-respect. You cannot attract high frequencies while living in low standards. You cannot expect $1,000,000 energy while accepting lack-based habits. You must elevate how you treat yourself, how you speak about your worth, how you carry yourself in the world. When you move with dignity and confidence, you tell the universe, I am ready for more. The way you dress, the way you speak, the way you show up for your dreams, all send signals of value. Your life becomes a living declaration that says, I am serious about my purpose, and money responds to that declaration. Value is not measured in hours, but in impact. The rich know that time is abundant when it is filled with creativity and service, while the poor trade time for survival. The rich trade ideas for abundance. This is why one person can earn in a day what another earns in a year. It is not unfair, it is energetic. It is the result of vibrating at a higher level of value. If you wish to rise, you must stop asking, how can I get paid more, and start asking, how can I give more? How can I enhance what I offer? How can I turn my ordinary gifts into extraordinary blessings? Every improvement in quality raises your frequency, and the law of vibration ensures that the outer world must reflect that rise. The vibration of value also teaches patience, because frequency takes time to mature. Just as a seed must root before it blooms, your value must be refined through learning, discipline, and persistence. This process cannot be rushed, because the universe will not release abundance to a vessel that is not ready. When you face challenges, delays, or failures, do not curse them. They are polishing your frequency, preparing you to handle the magnitude of blessings waiting for you. Every obstacle is an invitation to upgrade your vibration. Every setback is a mirror asking, will you respond? As the old self or the wealthy self, gratitude amplifies the vibration of value. When you are grateful for what you have, you multiply its worth in the eyes of the universe. Gratitude says, I recognize the gift, and recognition is the foundation of multiplication. When you complain, you lower your vibration. When you appreciate, you rise into the frequency where wealth lives. Wealthy people constantly express gratitude, not only for the big wins, but for every small opportunity. They say thank you to life, thank you to their challenges, thank you to the flow itself. And this energy keeps them open to more. When your heart is thankful, your value radiates, because gratitude and abundance speak the same language. The vibration of value also calls for alignment. You cannot offer light while living in darkness. You cannot claim abundance while secretly resenting those who have it. Jealousy is anti-val. Resentment is anti-prosperity. When you bless others who are successful, you tune into their frequency instead of resisting it. Every time you celebrate another's success, you are telling the universe, I am ready for the same frequency. Bless them and bless me too. But when you envy, you say, I am separate from that energy, and separation blocks flow. Therefore, celebrate value wherever you see it. Because by celebrating it, you summon it. Finally, the vibration of value demands faith, that what you give will return multiplied, faith, that even if no one notices yet, the universe is watching, faith, that no act of excellence ever goes unrewarded, because energy cannot be lost, it only transformed. The work you do, the kindness you show, the integrity you keep, all of it returns in ways beyond comprehension. The rich understand that their wealth is simply the echo of their consistent vibration of value. Every thought, every word, every action carries energy, and when those energies harmonize with worth, the universe has no choice but to reward it. Money is not the goal, it is the mirror. It reflects who you have become. So become valuable, become radiant, become unshakably aligned with your highest self. And the vibration of value will open doors that no man can close. The power of invisible agreements is one of the most sacred truths behind every story of lasting success. It is the unseen covenant between the individual and the universe, an inner promise that governs outer prosperity. Most people believe wealth comes from hard work or lucky breaks, but those who truly prosper understand that their success is not built merely on action, but on alignment. Alignment with divine law, alignment with integrity, alignment with truth. Every rich person carries invisible contracts written not on paper, but in consciousness. These are agreements with themselves and with life itself, to think rightly, to act honestly, to move faithfully even when no one is watching. Invisible agreements are spiritual laws disguised as habits. They form the moral architecture of abundance. For money does not stay where chaos reigns. It does not linger with the dishonest or the careless. It dwells with order, clarity, and trust. When a person silently vows to show up on time, to keep their word, to deliver excellence in every detail, they sign a sacred contract with the universe that says, I am ready to be trusted with more. The universe responds by opening greater channels of supply, because money follows responsibility and faithfulness. Every promise you keep with yourself strengthens your vibration. Every promise you break weakens it. When you say, I will start this project, and then procrastinate, you silently tell the universe, I cannot be trusted with my own word. And the universe mirrors that energy by withholding opportunities. But when you rise each day and fulfill even the smallest commitment to yourself, you announce to creation, I am dependable, I am stable, I am ready to handle abundance. Because wealth without discipline destroys, but wealth with integrity multiplies. The invisible agreement also governs your thoughts, words, and emotions. It whispers, be mindful of what you speak, for words are contracts. Every declaration you make binds your energy to an outcome. When you say, I can't afford this, you write an invisible agreement with lack. When you say, money flows to me easily, you sign a contract with abundance. These unseen words shape reality long before events take form. The rich know this. They speak carefully because they understand that every word is a seed. Every affirmation is a signature on the canvas of destiny. Invisible agreements are not made once, they are renewed daily in every choice. When you choose gratitude instead of complaint, you honor your agreement with the law of increase. When you forgive instead of holding resentment, you honor your agreement with the law of release. When you give generously, even in small amounts, you honor your agreement with the law of circulation. And each time you honor these laws, the universe honors you with more unseen helpers. Invisible opportunities and divine timing begin to move on your behalf. You step into the rhythm where prosperity naturally flows. Integrity is the cornerstone of these invisible contracts. Without it, wealth is temporary. It slips away like sand through open fingers. Many have gained riches through deceit, but few have kept them for long, because the vibration of dishonesty cannot sustain abundance. What is built on illusion collapses under truth, but the wealth that is built on honor becomes generational. When your actions match your words and your words match your heart, you create harmony between your inner and outer worlds. And in that harmony, money feels safe to dwell. There is a quiet dignity in those who live by invisible agreements. They do not boast, they do not need applause. Move with the calm authority of one who knows the laws of the universe are on their side. You can see it in their eyes, you can feel it in their presence. These people walk in power because they have mastered self. Thus, the greatest form of wealth is not money, but the ability to trust yourself. Completely to know that your word is law in your universe, that when you decide something, it must manifest because your inner agreement is unbreakable. Invisible agreements also extend to how you treat others. The wealthy understand that every interaction is energetic currency. When you treat others with respect, honesty, and fairness, you are circulating spiritual capital that always returns multiplied. When you betray others, you secretly betray yourself, because all energy is circular. What you send out must come back. That is why rich souls often seem blessed by coincidence. Doors open for them because they have honored unseen relationships with kindness, integrity, and faith. They may not always be perfect, but their intention remains pure and consistent. Even when mistakes are made, the one who lives by invisible agreements does not hide from them. They correct them quickly, for they know that the universe forgives, but it does not forget. Vibration, once distorted, must be rebalanced through action. So when you fall, rise again. When you break a promise, renew it. When you lose focus, realign. The code of wealth is patient. It waits for your consciousness to return to truth. And once you do, the flow resumes effortlessly. To live by invisible agreements is to walk in partnership with divine intelligence. You cease to see yourself as a victim of chance. You recognize that every event is a reflection of an inner choice, every loss a lesson, every gain a confirmation of alignment. You begin to realize that the richest people are not merely talented or lucky. They are consistent, they are dependable, they are aligned. They have made secret vows to honor their time, to honor their craft, to honor their calling. And those vows summon invisible support from the universe. When you make these same agreements, miracles unfold. Declare silently within yourself, I will think truth even when appearances lie. I will speak faith even when fear knocks. I will give value even when no one watches. I will act with integrity even when no one praises me. I will trust that every honest step is recorded by the unseen bookkeeper of the cosmos, and will return to me in perfect measure. When you live like this, you no longer chase abundance, you become abundance. You no longer beg for opportunities, you become a magnet for them. You no longer question if you are worthy. You know that worthiness is sealed into your very being. The power of invisible agreements transforms ordinary people into extraordinary creators because they understand that success is not an accident. It is a reflection of the invisible contracts they honor daily. Money cannot resist one whose vibration is consistent, disciplined, and true to divine law. The moment your inner world signs these agreements, your outer world must comply. Unseen forces align, coincidences multiply, and your life begins to flow with divine precision. What others call luck is simply the result of inner loyalty kept faithfully over time. This is the power of invisible agreements, the unseen bonds that bind your spirit to prosperity and call forth abundance. As surely as dawn follows night, the emotion of certainty is the heartbeat of abundance. It is the silent force that separates those who wish from those who manifest, those who beg for signs from those who create them. It is the deep inner knowing that what you desire already exists in the unseen, and that it is making its way toward you at this very moment. Certainty is the opposite of doubt. It is the vibration of absolute faith and unwavering expectation. It is not arrogance but alignment. It is not stubbornness but spiritual stability. The rich live from this energy. They do not hope, they do not plead. They decide. They feel wealth before they see wealth, and that feeling becomes the magnet that draws every circumstance, every person, every opportunity into place. The universe listens to emotions more than words. You can speak affirmations all day long, but if your emotions contradict your words, nothing moves. The emotion of certainty is the purest language of creation. It tells the universe, this is who I am, this is what I claim, this is already mine. When a person reaches this emotional state, They become unstoppable. They no longer vibrate from fear of loss or worry about timing. They trust divine order completely. They know that every event is unfolding for their highest good. And because of that faith, reality bends in their favor. Those who lack certainty chase life with restless energy. They look for proof before believing. They wait for results before feeling gratitude. They hold their happiness hostage to outer circumstances. And thus they live in a cycle of delay. But the rich and conscious soul plays a different game. They believe first, they celebrate first, they thank first. They operate from the end as if the prayer has already been answered, as if the goal is already complete. And because emotion is magnetic, the universe rearranges itself to match that vibration. The world cannot resist one who walks in certainty. Certainty does not come from evidence, it creates evidence. It is the inner declaration that says, I am the evidence, my life is the proof. Every successful person has walked through valleys of uncertainty, but instead of surrendering to fear, they used emotion as fuel. They replaced anxiety with assurance, fear with faith, hesitation with boldness, because they understood that the universe rewards emotional bravery. You cannot live small and expect large blessings. You cannot vibrate fear and expect fortune. Certainty demands courage, the courage to feel rich. When the bank account is empty, the courage to act confident. When the world doubts you, the courage to keep moving. When the path ahead is still unseen, the emotion of certainty transforms your energy field. It changes how you walk, how you speak, how you breathe. People can sense it. Before you say a word, certainty has a frequency that commands attention. It makes others believe in you because you first believed in yourself. It gives your ideas gravity. It turns imagination into tangible reality. When you are certain, doors open faster. People cooperate. Opportunities seem to appear from nowhere because energy recognizes its own reflection, and certainty is the highest reflection of truth you can cultivate. Certainty the same way you train a muscle, by daily practice, by choosing faith over fear again and again. Every time doubt arises, it is simply an invitation to reaffirm your truth. Say within yourself, I am already abundant, I am already guided, I am already blessed. This repetition reshapes the nervous system. It rewires the subconscious mind until certainty becomes your natural state. Remember, you cannot attract what you do not emotionally own. You must feel rich before you can see richness. You must feel successful before the success appears. You must feel worthy before the world reflects your worth. The emotion of certainty also releases struggle. When you are certain, you stop forcing things, you stop pushing and start allowing, because you know that what is yours cannot miss you, and what misses you was never meant for you. You no longer chase outcomes, you attract them through confidence. There is great power in being still while the world rushes around you. Certainty sits in quiet faith, saying, I already have it, while others run in circles trying to prove it. When you reach that level of peace, you radiate a strength that nothing can shake. Even temporary setbacks lose their sting because you know they are only adjustments guiding you toward the greater plan. Rich people understand that certainty multiplies energy and indecision drains it. The undecided mind scatters power across 1,000 possibilities, but the certain mind gathers it into one unstoppable stream. When you decide clearly, the universe aligns quickly. Hesitation delays manifestation, but certainty commands it like a law. Certainty is magnetic to results because it is grounded in clarity. Every decision made with certainty carries authority, and the world responds accordingly. This is why successful people seem lucky. Their energy is so clear that reality has no option but to cooperate. The emotion of certainty is also rooted in gratitude, for gratitude affirms that the blessing already exists. When you give thanks before receiving, you demonstrate absolute trust in divine timing. You are saying, I already know it's mine, and that knowing calls it forth faster than any forced action could. Gratitude and certainty are twin flames. They amplify each other. When you feel grateful, you become certain, and when you are certain, you become grateful. It is an endless cycle of creative power feeding itself in perfect balance. But certainty is not loud. It does not scream or boast. It is quiet, calm, and commanding. It is the power of still waters that run deep. It does not argue with doubt. It simply replaces it with truth. It does not chase validation. It simply walks in inner knowing. The emotion of certainty cannot be faked. It must be cultivated through daily communion with your own divine nature, through meditation, through faith, through vision, through the practice of standing firm in what you know to be real, even when the senses disagree. When you embody certainty, you become the cause, not the effect. You no longer react to life, you create it. You realize that money, success, and opportunity are not outside forces, they are extensions of your emotional state. The more certain you feel, the more aligned the outer world becomes. Certainty tells the universe, I am ready, and the universe answers, yes, you are. It delivers accordingly in that moment. Life becomes effortless, not because it is free of challenges, but because your heart has found its anchor, and nothing can move it. To live in the emotion of certainty is to live as a creator rather than a beggar. It is to understand that you are not waiting for miracles, you are the miracle. It is to walk in unwavering faith that everything you need is already prepared for you, waiting for your vibration to match its frequency. Certainty dissolves fear, annihilates doubt, and opens the floodgates of divine supply. It is the language of the rich, the song of powerful, the heartbeat of the universe itself. For when you feel certain, the universe feels certain about you. And in that harmony, abundance flows naturally, endlessly, eternally. The greatest block to wealth is not lack of opportunity, but the fear that lives in the human heart. People are taught from childhood to fear loss, to fear failure, to fear not having enough. Yet the law of money responds not to fear, but to faith. Fear shuts the door on abundance, while faith flings it open wide. Every time you worry about bills, debts, or how things will come to you, you are unknowingly instructing the universe to hold your supply. The energy of money listens to the frequency of your thoughts, and when your thoughts are filled with anxiety, it assumes you do not believe you deserve it. To unlock the hidden money code, one must conquer fear in all its disguises. Fear of poverty, fear of rejection, fear of the unknown, and even the fear of success. The mind must be retrained to see money not as something scarce, but as something that flows infinitely through creation, ready to serve anyone who dares to believe. The person who walks in fear may labor endlessly, yet remain trapped in lack. They chase opportunities, yet opportunities slip through their fingers because their inner vibration does not match wealth. Fear produces limitation, and limitation attracts more of its kind. But the one who walks in faith radiates a magnetism that pulls money and opportunities with ease. Faith whispers, all that I need is already mine, and the universe responds with evidence. When a person truly believes that divine supply is endless, money begins to appear in unexpected ways. A forgotten debt is repaid, a job offer comes uninvited, a door opens that seemed forever closed. These are not coincidences. They are the natural outcomes of a fearless mind in tune with abundance. You must remember that money is not the true source of security. Many have money but live in silent terror of losing it, and so they eventually do. Real security is born from the knowing that your supply comes from an invisible source that never fails. When you put your faith in that unseen source, fear has no power over you. You can lose every coin today and still know that wealth will find its way back to you tomorrow, because you have mastered the vibration that calls it forth. This is the hidden code that rich people rarely explain. They do not cling to money, they trust its return. They act boldly, invest fearlessly, and move with confidence because their inner world is anchored in faith, not fear. Fear disguises itself in logic. It tells you to be realistic, to play it safe, to wait for the right moment. But the right moment is now, for now is the only moment where faith lives. The fearful mind postpones action and attracts stagnation, while the fearless mind acts as if success were certain, and that certainty becomes reality. You must learn to see through fear's illusion, to know that it is a shadow cast by the absence of faith. Every time you speak words of doubt, you strengthen that shadow. Every time you speak words of belief, you bring light to your path. Declare daily, I walk in faith, and money flows to me freely. Speak it until it becomes your truth, and the outer world will reshape itself to mirror your conviction. When you feel fear rise within you, when the bills arrive, when the opportunity seems too big, when others doubt your dream, pause and remember that you are the vessel through which abundance expresses itself. You are not chasing money. Money is seeking you, responding to the strength of your belief. Shift your focus from fear to gratitude. Thank the universe in advance for your wealth, for gratitude is the language of faith. The grateful heart cannot live in fear, for gratitude acknowledges that all is already provided. The moment you give thanks for the unseen supply, you set spiritual law into motion, and the manifestation begins. Fear whispers, what if I fail? Faith answers, what if I soar? Fear says, you don't deserve this. Faith declares, I am one with infinite abundance. Fear looks at lack. Faith sees limitless supply. Each thought is a seed, and you are the gardener. Plant fear, and you harvest struggle. Plant faith, and you harvest prosperity. Every successful person, whether they know it or not, has learned to plant faith daily. They visualize success, they affirm abundance, and they act as though success were inevitable. And it is, because energy follows thought. Money moves toward those whose energy is certain, confident, and free of fear. It is not enough to say the words, you must feel them. Feel wealth as if it were already here. Feel the joy of freedom, the relief of having more than enough, the excitement of giving generously. The universe reads feeling more clearly than words. When your emotions vibrate with faith and gratitude, you align yourself with the frequency of abundance. Fear cannot exist in that frequency. It dissolves just as darkness dissolves when light appears. The rich have mastered this emotional alignment. They do not dwell in fear even when faced with loss, because they understand that what they give out emotionally returns multiplied. So let every moment be a test of your faith. When fear knocks, answer with belief. When doubt rises, speak abundance louder. When circumstances seem bleak, remind yourself that you live under divine law, not human limitation. Say to yourself, the same power that breathes life through me provides every dollar I need. Let this be your mantra when fear tries to steal your peace, and soon fear will lose its grip on your mind. Money will flow not because you chase it, but because you have become the type of person it loves to be around. Calm, confident, fearless, and grateful. The hidden money code is not hidden in books or banks. It is hidden in plain sight, in your thoughts, in your words, and in your emotional state. Fear closes the gate, faith opens it wide. To those who conquer fear, the world reveals its limitless supply. The question is not, can I have more money? The real question is, can I believe that I already do? For the one who truly believes lacks nothing, and in that belief, fear vanishes and abundance rushes in like a rising tide that never falls. There is a law, ancient and unbroken, that governs the flow of money just as it governs the tides of the sea. This law responds to belief, not to struggle. To attract unlimited money, one must first understand that wealth is not earned merely by effort. It is magnetized by energy. Money is not a result of endless toil or sleepless nights. It is a reflection of your consciousness. You can work day and night and still feel poor if your mind is rooted in lack. But with a mind tuned to abundance, opportunities begin to unfold as if the universe itself were your silent partner. The one who grasps this truth begins to move differently, speak differently, think differently. They stop trying to force money into their lives and instead allow it to come, drawn naturally to the calm assurance of someone who knows they deserve it. Money is a current, fluid, responsive, alive. It moves where it is welcomed with gratitude and confidence, not where it is chased with desperation. When you say, "I need money," you send out the vibration of need, and the universe mirrors that need back to you. But when you say, "Money flows to me freely," you declare a spiritual truth that opens invisible channels of supply. The one who believes in abundance doesn't ask, "How will it come?" They simply know it will. And that knowing becomes a magnet so strong that people, ideas, and opportunities begin to appear at the perfect time. Those who live by this law understand that money is not something outside to be acquired. It is energy inside to be released. You can attract unlimited money without working harder when you stop believing that effort alone is the source of wealth. Hard work is noble, but when guided by fear, it becomes struggle. The difference between struggle and flow is belief. The same person doing the same work can either labor in exhaustion or rise in inspiration, depending on what energy fuels them. The person who works with the joy of faith feels alive, creative, and magnetic. They trust that their work is valuable, and so it becomes valuable to others. The fearful worker, however, doubts their worth and thus repels reward. The universe does not pay you for the hours you work, it pays you for the energy you give. To attract money easily, you must live as though you already possess abundance. This is not pretending, it is aligning. If you believe wealth is scarce, you emit the frequency of lack, and money slips through your grasp. But when you act from abundance, when you bless others, give freely, and carry yourself with gratitude, you signal to the universe that you are ready for more. Money loves circulation. The more you allow it to move, the more it returns multiplied. Those who hoard money from fear of loss unknowingly block its return. But those who release it with faith keep the current alive, and the current always brings back more. You must also speak abundance. Every word you speak carries power. When you say, "I can't afford this," you declare limitation, and the law fulfills that statement. When you say, "Money always finds its way to me," you open a spiritual door through which supply begins to move. Speak not from your present condition, but from your divine potential. You are not poor, you are the channel through which infinite riches flow. Speak with authority, not apology. Speak from the consciousness of a creator, not a beggar. For every word is a command to the unseen forces that shape your reality. Visualize yourself as already wealthy, not merely in possessions, but in peace. See yourself giving freely, living joyfully, expanding effortlessly. Feel what it is like to wake up without worry, to walk through the world knowing that all you desire is within your reach. That feeling is the code. Hold it long enough, and reality will rearrange itself to match it. The universe does not respond to what you say you want. It responds to what you feel you already have. That is why gratitude is the golden key. When you give thanks for unseen money as though it were already in your hands, you signal to the universe that the manifestation is complete, and soon it will be. Let go of the belief that wealth must come through suffering. This idea has chained humanity for centuries, convincing many that they must struggle endlessly to deserve comfort. But creation never intended life to be hard. The earth is abundant, overflowing, generous. The same energy that grows forests and fills oceans flows through you. Align with it, and money will follow naturally. When your work becomes an expression of joy instead of survival, prosperity becomes inevitable. You are not here to earn your worth. You are here to express it. If you wish to attract unlimited money, begin each day with a declaration of abundance. Say, "Today, money flows to me in expected and unexpected ways. Everything I touch prospers. I am open to receive all the wealth that is mine by divine right." Feel those words as truth, then release them and walk in confidence, knowing that unseen forces are moving in your favor. Do not worry how it will happen. That is not your work. Your work is to maintain the vibration of belief. The universe will handle the details when doubts arise, and they will. Speak to them with authority. Say, I do not chase, I attract. What belongs to me will find me. Replace every fearful thought with one of faith. Each time you do, you reprogram your energy toward abundance. Over time, this becomes your natural state. Opportunities begin to appear where once there were obstacles. Money flows not because you demand it, but because you have become one with the energy of prosperity itself. Understand this clearly. Wealth is not about how much you possess, but how freely energy flows through you. The more you trust, the greater the flow. The more you fear, the tighter the hold. Release the grip of anxiety, and you release the flow of money. You are not meant to struggle for every coin. You are meant to live as a channel of divine supply, where money moves through you effortlessly, enriching not only your life but all those connected to you. This is the true secret of unlimited wealth, not to chase, not to hoard, but to align, to know that abundance is your natural state and to live as though it were already yours. Money is not just a number in a bank account or a pile of paper notes, it is energy in motion. It is alive, responsive, and deeply spiritual. Every thought, every emotion, every belief you hold about money shapes how it moves in your life. When you understand that money is energy, you stop chasing it and begin aligning with it. You realize that what you send out through your vibration, your words, your emotions, your intentions, determines what returns to you. The people who appear wealthy are not merely lucky. They have mastered the subtle art of energy exchange. They have learned to work with the law that governs the invisible realm where all prosperity begins. Money is simply a mirror reflecting your inner world, and when your inner world vibrates with peace, confidence, and gratitude, money reflects that harmony. Most people are not poor because of lack of opportunity. They are poor because they are disconnected from the frequency of abundance. They see money as something distant, something to be fought for, something controlled by others. But those who are truly wealthy know that money is a servant, not a master. They understand that money responds to intention and emotion. When you feel anxious, desperate, or fearful about money, you emit a vibration of lack, and the universe, which always mirrors your energy, gives you more lack. But when you radiate faith, gratitude, and expectancy, the universe responds with doors opening, ideas flowing, and money appearing from unexpected sources. This is the great secret. You do not need to force the physical world. You need only to command the energetic one. Think of money like a river. When you are aligned, it flows to you effortlessly. When you resist through worry, fear, or doubt, you build dams that block its natural current. Every fearful thought is a stone in that dam. Every moment of gratitude removes one. You cannot control the river by grasping or chasing it. You must learn to open the channels of flow within yourself. To control your reality, you must first master your energy. Say to yourself, I am one with the energy of abundance. Money is my ally, my servant, my tool. Speak these words until you feel their truth echo through your being. Then, let your actions reflect that belief. Act with confidence, give with joy, and receive with grace. The more freely energy moves through you, the more wealth multiplies in your experience. Money flows toward clarity. The universe does not reward confusion or contradiction. If one day you affirm abundance, but the next you worry about bills, you send mixed signals to the law of supply. It cannot bring you prosperity when your vibration is divided. To master the energy of money, you must be unwavering in your belief that you are provided for, no matter what appears before your eyes. Hold faith even when your pockets are empty, for the emptiness is temporary, a shadow that fades before the light of conviction. Speak abundance when there is none, and soon there will be. The invisible always precedes the visible. The unseen faith you hold today will become the tangible wealth you hold tomorrow. The truly rich do not see money as their source of power. They see it as an expression of their power. They are not enslaved by it because they understand the law behind it. They do not beg. They do not fear. They do not cling. They move boldly, knowing that energy follows certainty. They understand that when they spend, they are not losing. They are circulating energy that must return multiplied. Every transaction becomes a spiritual exchange. When they pay, they bless what leaves their hands, for they know it will return through other channels. That is why money continues to flow to them. They give it life through faith. To control money's movement, you must control your energy's direction. Gratitude is the most powerful magnet for money. When you are grateful, you declare to the universe, "I have enough." And that declaration multiplies your supply. You could be sitting in a small room with nothing but hope, yet if your heart overflows with gratitude, the universe hears it as wealth. Gratitude transforms your vibration instantly, lifting you from scarcity to abundance. Every time you look at your wallet, your home, your job, or even your next meal, say, "Thank you." Not because it's perfect, but because gratitude opens invisible doors. It tells the universe that you are ready for more. The law of energy responds instantly to this vibration. More will always be given to those who are thankful for what they already possess. Visualization amplifies energy. When you imagine money flowing to you, not with longing but with calm certainty, you set in motion powerful unseen forces. Picture yourself walking in abundance, every need met, every dream funded, every act of generosity overflowing. Feel the joy of giving freely, the relief of knowing that everything is taken care of, the quiet confidence that wealth is your natural state. Do not visualize with strain, visualize with love, for the emotion behind your vision is what charges the energy and sends it out into creation. The universe always delivers the emotion you hold most consistently. When you align with the energy of money, struggle ends. You stop competing and start creating. You stop worrying about what others have and begin celebrating your own flow. You realize that no one can take from you what is meant for you, because your energy determines your portion. You stop living from the outside in and start living from the inside out. When your vibration is right, the material world must obey. It is law. The invisible world commands the visible. And when your thoughts, words, and emotions all vibrate in harmony with abundance, money cannot help but come. Each day, remind yourself that you are a creator, not a victim. You are not at the mercy of the economy, the job market, or circumstance. These are outer reflections of your inner state. Shift your energy, and your circumstances must follow. Say with conviction, "Money flows to me in endless streams from seen and unseen sources. I am in harmony with abundance." Say it not as a wish, but as a statement of truth. Speak it when you wake, whisper it as you work, and declare it before you rest. Let it sink deep into your subconscious until it becomes your reality. Money is energy, and energy is infinite. It cannot be lost, only redirected. Align with it through gratitude, faith, and clear intention, and the flow will become constant, effortless, and divine. You are not here to chase money. You are here to command it through the mastery of your vibration. Once you understand this truth, money ceases to be a struggle and becomes your servant, responding faithfully to the energy of your belief. The mind is the workshop of all creation, and within it lies the power to shape the very flow of money. Every thought, every word, every belief you hold is a seed that grows into your financial reality. You can sit in the same room, breathe the same air, and work the same hours as another person, yet your results will differ entirely because your inner vibration sets the tone for what you attract. The 5-minute money mind said is not a trick, it is a transformation. It is a deliberate shift in consciousness that awakens the magnet of abundance inside you. In just a few minutes of true mental alignment, you can rewire the energy that dictates your financial destiny. Money does not begin in your wallet, it begins in your mind. What you think consistently, you create inevitably. When you wake each morning, you are given a sacred choice, to think in limitation or to think in abundance. Most people begin their day worrying about what they lack. They rehearse their fears like prayers, saying things such as, "I don't have enough," "I can't afford this," or "life is hard." And so, by the law of their own words, life becomes exactly that. But the awakened soul starts differently. They rise and declare, "I am wealthy in mind, body, and spirit. I am open to receive unexpected blessings today." That declaration is not mere optimism. It is a command to the universe. It sets energy into motion, aligning every circumstance to bring opportunities, ideas, and resources. The outer world obeys the frequency of the inner one. Speak abundance, and abundance obeys. Speak lack, and lack multiplies. The 5-minute money mindset is about training your mind to expect prosperity with unshakable certainty. In those few minutes each day, you silence doubt and ignite faith. You speak as if wealth were already flowing to you, because in truth it is. The universe holds nothing back except by your disbelief. When you affirm your prosperity, you clear the fog of fear that blocks it. The rich and successful have mastered this without even realizing it. They have trained their subconscious to believe in endless opportunity. They don't question whether they deserve wealth, they assume it. They don't beg for success, they expect it. That expectation is magnetic. It draws money like a beacon draws light. To cultivate this mindset, you must first detach from appearances. Even if your account is empty, even if your situation seems hopeless, you must not speak or think from lack. Appearances deceive, truth liberates. The truth is that abundance already exists in infinite form, waiting for your faith to call it forth. You do not manifest by worrying about what you see. You manifest by believing in what you feel. The universe mirrors feeling, not sight. Feel rich, and you become rich. Feel poor, and you remain so. In those 5 minutes, let your mind live in the reality you desire, not the one you fear. Imagine your bills paid, your goals achieved, your life overflowing with peace. Feel it so deeply that your subconscious accepts it as fact, and the outer world will soon mirror it. Every thought of doubt must be replaced immediately with faith. When you hear your mind whisper, "It's impossible," answer, "All things are possible." When fear says, "You can't," faith must shout, "I already have." You must dominate your thoughts with truth until fear has no voice left. The money mindset is not about denying reality. It is about redefining it. You are not ignoring your problems. You are commanding a higher power to override them. The divine law that governs creation does not respond to anxiety. It responds to conviction. You cannot beg the universe into abundance. You must believe yourself into it. In these few minutes of spiritual alignment, you are tuning your mind to the frequency of wealth. You become like a radio receiver, broadcasting confidence and gratitude while attracting signals of prosperity. The more you practice, the more automatic it becomes. Soon, faith replaces fear without effort. Opportunities seem to appear out of nowhere, yet they were always there. Your new vibration simply made you aware of them. The world has not changed. Your perception has, and perception creates experience. That is the real power of mindset. It does not chase change, it causes it. Speak your affirmations as declarations, not wishes. Say aloud, "I am a magnet for money. I attract opportunities with ease. Everything I need flows to me in perfect timing. I am grateful for the wealth that surrounds me now. Speak them with emotion, not repetition. The feeling is the secret, the energy that ignites manifestation. When your words and feelings unite, creation begins instantly. The rich are not different by birth or fate. They are different by belief. They expect abundance, they assume success, and the universe fulfills that assumption. Gratitude must seal your mindset practice. As you end your 5 minutes, give thanks, not for what you hope to have, but for what you already possess. Gratitude declares completion. It tells the universe the manifestation is already done, and once you feel that truth, you release the need to worry. Gratitude transforms your energy instantly, lifting your vibration to match the wealth you seek. You cannot feel grateful and fearful at the same time. One cancels the other. Choose gratitude and you choose abundance. The secret of the 5-minute money mindset is that time does not measure power. It takes only a moment of genuine faith to shift your entire reality. One decision, one affirmation, one breath filled with conviction can dissolve years of limitation. You have the power to rewrite your financial story today, not through struggle, but through consciousness. Begin now. Sit in silence for 5 minutes each morning. Speak wealth, feel gratitude, release doubt. Do it daily, and soon money will not be something you chase. It will be something that flows naturally, constantly, unendingly. You will have become one with the law that governs all creation, the law that says, as you think, so shall you receive. Your beliefs are the architects of your destiny, and nowhere is this more evident than in the realm of money. Every financial struggle, every missed opportunity, every limitation in wealth is not born of fate, but of belief. Deep within your subconscious live patterns that either attract abundance or repel it. You may dream of riches, work tirelessly, and even affirm prosperity, yet if your core belief whispers, "I don't deserve wealth," the universe must obey that inner command. The hidden block to money is not in the world, it is in the mind. And until that belief is transformed, no amount of effort can sustain prosperity. What you truly believe about money determines whether you hold it or lose it, whether it flows toward you or away from you. Many people say they want abundance, yet deep down, they hold beliefs shaped by fear and limitation. They were taught that money is the root of evil, that rich people are greedy, that spirituality and wealth cannot coexist. These ideas, planted early in life, grow into invisible walls that keep abundance out. You may desire success, but desire cannot override disbelief. The mind is a gatekeeper, and it allows only what it believes to be true. If it believes wealth corrupts, it will protect you from it. If it believes you must struggle for every dollar, it will ensure you do. The first step to unlocking wealth, therefore, is to examine and replace the hidden beliefs that contradict your desires. The moment your beliefs align with abundance, money will flow effortlessly, as if it had been waiting just beyond those gates all along. Your words reveal your beliefs. Listen to yourself when you speak about money. Do you often say, "I can't afford this," "Money doesn't come easily," or "I'm just not lucky"? These statements are not harmless. They are instructions to the universe. Each one reinforces the vibration of lack. You become what you repeatedly declare. Begin to speak a new truth even before you see evidence of it. Say, "Money comes to me freely and often. I am worthy of unlimited prosperity. My income increases every day." Speak with conviction, not as wishful thinking, but as spiritual law. The universe always echoes back what you affirm with faith. Change your words and your beliefs will follow. Change your beliefs and your reality must obey. The wealthy are not merely those who have mastered money. They have mastered their minds. They do not see wealth as something they might lose. but as something that naturally belongs to them. They hold the belief that money flows easily, that opportunities are abundant, that they deserve to live well. And because they believe it, they attract it. Belief is a magnet. It draws to you people, situations, and ideas that match its frequency. If you believe life is hard, it will be. If you believe you are supported, you will be. There is no mystery here, only alignment. The law of attraction is not a mystical concept. It is the natural response of energy to belief. To change your beliefs, you must first become aware of them. Sit in silence and observe the thoughts that rise when you think of money. Do you feel excitement or tension? Do you imagine ease or struggle? Those feelings reveal your inner truth. Whatever belief feels heavy or fearful must be replaced with one that feels light and free. You can reprogram your subconscious by repetition and emotion. The mind learns through feeling, not words alone. When you affirm prosperity, feel the joy of already having it. When you visualize abundance, feel the security, the relief, the gratitude. Emotion is the language the subconscious understands, and once it is convinced, it will create circumstances that match that emotional truth. You must also forgive money itself. Many people unconsciously resent money. They resent those who have it. They feel betrayed when they lose it. They fear it will leave them again. But resentment and fear are energies of separation. To attract money, you must make peace with it. Bless it when it comes, bless it when it goes. See money as a friend, loyal, responsive, and eager to serve your purpose. The more love you give to it, the more freely it will circulate back to you. Gratitude heals the energetic relationship between you and your supply. Say often, "Thank you, money, for the comfort and opportunities you bring. Thank you for flowing through my life with ease." This simple act of appreciation can transform your financial vibration completely. When you feel doubt creeping in, remember that beliefs are not fixed. They are choices. You can choose a new belief in any moment. You can choose to believe that money comes easily, that you are supported, that abundance is your birthright. You can choose to release fear and replace it with faith. The universe responds instantly to new conviction. As soon as you stop identifying with lack and begin identifying with abundance, your outer life begins to rearrange itself. You may receive unexpected income, meet helpful people, or discover ideas that generate prosperity. These are not coincidences. They are confirmations that your belief has shifted and reality is following. Begin today to rewrite your inner script. Each morning, declare, "I am wealthy in every sense. I am open to receive all that is mine by divine right. My beliefs align with abundance, and money flows to me from all directions." Speak it daily, live it boldly, and soon it will become your truth. The subconscious mind cannot resist persistence. It must accept what it hears most often. The old beliefs will fade like mist before the sunrise of your new awareness. You will begin to walk differently, think differently, attract differently. The energy of money will recognize your new frequency and rush toward you like a long-lost friend finding its way home. Remember, lack is not real. It is the shadow cast by disbelief. When you shine the light of faith upon it, the shadow disappears. You are not meant to live in struggle, for you are one with infinite abundance. The moment you believe this, not as a hope, but as a fact, every barrier to wealth will dissolve. Money will no longer be something you chase. It will be something that flows toward you, effortlessly and faithfully, in response to your unwavering belief that it must. Every word you speak, every thought you think, and every emotion you feel carries a vibration that shapes your world. The universe is not random, it is responsive. It listens to the frequency of your inner state and mirrors it back through the circumstances of your life. If you speak words of lack, if you think thoughts of fear, If you feel emotions of unworthiness, then life will echo those vibrations with more lack, more fear, more limitation. But if you